everybody, this is Robbie Parker, and I'm going to be joined by Big D from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, and we're going to be doing a review for the 1996 movie, Scream. So, in this movie, we follow the story of Sidney Prescott, who is caught up in a mystery linked to the anniversary of the murder of her mother, and when her fellow students are being murdered in the vein of a real-life horror movie, she must come face to face with the murderer and reveal why these killings are happening. So before I get into my part, I'm gonna let Big D do his part. So take it away, Big D.
Hey everyone, this is the Big D, and I'm going to be collabing with Robbie, and this time we're going to be talking about Wes Craven's 1996 classic slasher flick known as Scream. The plot of Scream follows a high school student named Sidney Prescott and her friends who, on the anniversary of her mother's murder, become the targets of a costumed serial killer known as the Ghostface Killer. Now, I like how this film pays homage to various great slashers over the years, including Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Craven's own Nightmare on Elm Street, which of course was mentioned in the first bit of the movie. Now, the film itself has a great set of everything. Great score by Marco Beltrami, great characters, a great story, and a great cast. This film is definitely a great film in my book. For its cast, we have some really good performances. David Arquette playing Dewey Riley, the goofy and hapless but caring deputy sheriff, and Neve Campbell as Sidney. They're really good. Courtney Cox is good as Gail Weathers, the snarky and ruthless investigative journalist. Also, we have Matthew Lillard as Stu, the eccentric and clumsy boyfriend of Sidney's friend Tatum, played by Rose McGowan, who's got lots of spunk, and is also Dewey's younger sister, and Skeet Ulrich as Billy Loomis, Sidney's boyfriend, who has a passion for horror films. I also like the rest of the cast. Jamie Kennedy as Randy Meeks, he's good. W.L. Brown as Gail's cameraman, Kenny's fine. Joseph Whipp as Sheriff Burke. Lee Shriver as Con Mary, though he's only in a little bit of it. And Drew Barrymore as Casey Becker, who appears in the film's first act. The film also has special cameo appearances from stars like Henry Winkler, Linda Blair from The Exorcist, even Wes Craven himself is in it. Oh yeah, and Frances Lee McCain from Gremlins is in this as well. Scream is also well known for not just its great cast and characters, but its great setting of the fictional town of Woodsboro, California. Yeah, I gotta say, this is really something. It's also great with its kills, and also with some of its most memorable lines and what have you, and using just about any type of horror film or slasher film's title in it. This makes it an absolute superb classic. So from my point of view, Scream is definitely awesome. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite 90s horror films and one of my favorite slasher films of all time. It would go on to become a multimedia franchise, spinning out numerous sequels as well as an anthology television series. But of the whole, I found Scream to be my absolute favorite of this franchise. I like some of the sequels. Some of the sequels are mostly good in my view, with the exception of maybe 3, but we'll get to that another time. So, from the way I see it, Scream is definitely one horror classic and a great slasher. This is a film I would definitely recommend if you've never seen this film. Definitely. So as always, thank you for making me a part of this, Robbie. Until our next collab, this is the Big D saying, see ya.
Thank you, Big D. It was great to have you on here as always. I always enjoy having you on here. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my part. This movie is known for its well-written meta humor and with a blend of whodunit slasher fun, and it is a really, really great movie. Like I love Scream and everything. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, which almost anybody my age and around my age would tell you that Scream was one of the best and everything. I don't know if I'd say it's my number one favorite, but it's definitely in my top 10 for sure, probably even top 5 and everything. It's just a great movie. The ensemble cast are all great in here and everything. You got Neve Campbell as Sydney, who is one of the most awesome final girls of all time and everything. I really debate whether I'd say she is my favorite of all time, because she really is a good final girl and everything. But I also love Gail and Dewey. Well, Gail, I have a love-hate relationship with Gail. Dewey I love and everything. Gail, I'll get into her more when I get into the negatives, because I do have more mixed to negative feelings on her, especially in this movie. But all of the characters are likable and stuff, and they're likable enough that you don't want to see them die and everything. Although Gail, I could live with or without, to be honest with you. She just is one of those characters that gets on my nerves a lot and everything, and I'll get more into that after a while. The opening scene of the movie is one of the greatest opening scenes for a slasher movie of all time. I absolutely love that scene. And when I first saw this movie, I didn't know that Drew Barrymore was the opening kill and stuff, so I had no idea that she died at the beginning of the movie. I thought she was going to be one of the main characters and everything. How I was able to keep that a secret, because I had seen the movie like 13 years after it had been released and everything. I just happened to find it at a garage sale, and that's how I got into the Scream franchise and everything. And I never expected that it would become one of my favorite franchises of all time and everything. And this movie is just, the opening scene alone is just one of the reasons why this movie is so amazing. The dialogue in here is excellent too. It's very well written. Like Kevin Williamson is just really, really great at writing dialogue, especially when it comes to characters just talking about movies and stuff. It's just really entertaining stuff that feels relatable and stuff as a movie nerd and everything. I'm always constantly talking about movies like these guys do in this movie and everything, and it's awesome. Wes Craven, who is one of the greatest horror directors of all time, he's an absolute legend. Did an excellent job directing this movie and everything. He really brings a lot of heart and stuff to this movie and stuff too. Like a lot of the stuff that Wes Craven was involved in this movie just made it really good. Him and Kevin Williamson just made an excellent team making this movie and everything. And out of all the cast, I gotta definitely give a shout out to Matthew Lillard. He's just absolutely amazing as Stu, and I love Skeet Ulrich as Billy Loomis too. I think they're both excellent and both really crazy psychotic killers and stuff. But I definitely would say Stu is my favorite out of the two, which, I mean, I'm not really against them bringing him back in Scream 7. I don't know what they're going to do. I just hope they do it justice and everything, but I'm curious to see what they do. I'm not totally against it because I love Stu so much. He's just a really awesome character and everything and stuff. So as far as negatives go, I don't really have any like hardcore negatives, but I will say that I do find Gail to be annoying, like I was saying earlier. She gets on my nerves, especially in this movie, because all she cares about is the story, so she can write a book and exploit everything. And I feel like she does grow throughout the franchise and stuff, and then she kind of steps backwards a little bit in Scream 6 and everything. So like, she's a character I've always been frustrated with and everything, like her character development. Sometimes I really like what they do with her, and sometimes I don't. In this one, I didn't really like her very much in this, but I did like that she helped Sydney and stuff, and we saw that she's not a completely like bad character and stuff. And I don't think it's terrible or anything, but I'm not very big on Marco Beltrami's score for this movie. I think it's mediocre compared to other horror franchise movie scores and stuff. I feel like Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, even the Child's Play sequels, and Friday the 13th movies all have better scores than the Scream movies and stuff. Like the music just, like the soundtrack is good, like as far as the songs go, they have a lot of good songs in it, but like as far as the score goes, it's just not as strong and everything. And some of the best stuff with the music and stuff was John Carpenter's score from Halloween being used in some of the scenes, which was really cool and everything. He did a lot of cool nods to him and everything. And I do wish that the kills were a little bit more creative instead of just the typical stabbing and stuff. That's one thing that this franchise is not the strongest on, is the kills and everything. They're getting a little more creative as time has gone on, but they a lot of the time it's just stabbings and stuff, and I do wish that they would have done a little bit more with the kills in here. Although Casey Becker's death at the beginning of the movie is really good too. Good though, like it's a really brutal kill and everything. So it does have some good ones and everything. I'm not saying that all the kills are terrible or anything, but that's not really what makes this movie good anyway. It's the mystery of who's the killer and the dynamic stuff between all the characters, the dialogue and everything. That's all what we really go to the Scream movies for. It's not all just about kills and everything anyway. And everything is more about the mystery of who the killer is and everything. But this is a great movie, and it helped breathe new life into the dying slasher genre, and it's held as a classic for a reason. And as popular as it is, it could be one of the most overrated horror movies. Same with like John Carpenter's Halloween. I think both of those two movies could be like some of the most overrated horror movies of all time, but they were so well made and so good that it's hard to disagree with anybody who says that they're some of the best and everything. Like, I don't know if I'd say they're my top choices and stuff, but they are in the top 5 for sure and everything. And this one is a classic, just like John Carpenter's Halloween is. And it's hard to believe that it's been 30 years since this movie came out. One of my first memories is seeing the Scream poster and everything when I was a kid. When I went to see Babe as a kid, they had the Scream poster hanging up at the movie theater and everything. But yeah, I love this movie, and it's a staple of 90s cinema and stuff, and it deserves to be considered a great movie, not just a great horror movie, but a great movie in general. It's a really good one and everything. So I'd say I'd give Scream a 9.5 out of 10. It's a nearly perfect movie and everything. Like I said, Gail Weathers is the only reason it doesn't get the full 10 out of 10, just because she gets on my nerves and everything. But I also know that if she does ever eventually die, I am going to hate to see her go too, because she's been around long enough and stuff too. So that's why I say I have a love-hate relationship with her. I don't want her to die now, but there was a time where I really did wish she would, because she used to get on my nerves really bad. But I feel like she's gotten better in recent movies and stuff as well. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Scream. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody. I want to say thank you for watching this video and everything. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe and share this video with your friends and get more people going, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it, and thank you all, and have a good day.